Hey guys, in this video we will be going through less developed styles and categories of cardistry. We will be briefly describing characteristics and traits of the style, as well as showcasing our favorite examples of the style on screen. These are the areas in cardistry where we believe there is the largest room for development, and where you could potentially leave your mark. If you're unfamiliar with the general styles and categories of cardistry, please check out our video introducing each and one of the major styles and categories of cardistry. But otherwise, let's get straight into it. The first would be combos. Combos are combinations of smaller or utility moves that are stringed together with smooth transitions to form a longer sequence. This style has existed for a long time, but was popularized within the last 5 years thanks to the Danish cardists Tobias, Oliver, and Nikolai. So here are some of their combos along with some of our favorite combos from other cardists. Our next category is table work. Table work is where a move is done with the help of a flat surface, usually a table, and hence the name. There is no clear origin of the style, but its roots can be found in Magic, where basic moves like the ribbon spread have been utilized for a very long time. But as you can see, the style has come a long way since then. Speaking of magic, our next category is the use of magical effects within cardistry. This could be a seemingly impossible levitation, card productions, color changes, or even a vanish. The style shares the same origin as the art form, as cardistry ultimately developed from magic. Here are some of our favorites. Our next category is the bending of cards to create motions otherwise impossible. There is no clear origin of this style, but here are performances of some of the cardists that we think push the style the furthest. Next would be the use of body parts other than your hands in a flourish. This style has existed since the XCM days, as cardists have used all sorts of body parts to brush cards. Then Dan and Dave Buck started the trend of using their chin in a cut in the Leno cut. Since then, a lot of others have followed suit. Nowadays, cardists have gone further and used parts like their legs and chest. Let's take a look at some of them. Next would be the integration of finger tutting in cardistry moves. The first person to integrate finger tutting into their personal style would be Hector Garcia in 2015. Let's take a look at part of his routine as well as some of others. Next would be minimalism, which often focuses on simple and intuitive movements of packets and cards. The pioneer of this style would be Oliver. Here are some of his creations as well as others that we like. Next, we have Cardistry. Cardistry is the use of torn, bent, or cut cards to create motions that otherwise aren't possible. The word cardistry is a portmanteau for card and destroy. The term was coined by Shivraj, who popularized the style. So here are some of our favorite cardistry moves. Next, we have integration. Integration is the use of daily objects in cardistry. This style has roots in the XCM days. People have been using all sorts of items such as knives, card clips, and neckties in their moves. But the style has recently been brought back to life and popularized by Shivraj, who coined the term integration. So let's take a look at some instances of integration from both the XCM days and recent years. Finally, we have the elementals, which is the use of elements such as water, fire, and wind in cardistry. This style originated in the XCM community. In fact, in the XCM World Championship, there was a round dedicated specifically to elementals, where contestants had to use the elements to enhance their moves. So, let's take a look at some of our favorite elemental moves. And that concludes our introduction of some of the less popular styles and categories of cardistry. Of course, there are a lot more that we can continue to list, but then this video would go on for hours. The important thing to know is that these areas are often where you can make the most impact. A great example of a cardist that has done so would be Chevrage. Chevrage is responsible for conceptualizing and creating quite a few of these styles. Some of them, such as Cardistry, took off, while others haven't. Regardless, Chevrage's creativity is widely recognized in the community because of it, and that could happen to you too.
Fire Cobra.